Peace. What's going on, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tune on in, man, before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Joy the Serpent, what's going on with you, my brother? How you holding up, man? How you feeling? Hopefully everybody having a powerful and positive and productive and efficient Monday. Hopefully the weekend treated you all pretty good. Give everybody a chance to tap on in, man, before I start diving into the subject matter for the day. Got some important things to just kind of get off my chest today, man. So hopefully y'all got some time to build with me, chop it up with me, listen to a little bit of what I have to say. Give y'all a little chance to come on in, man, before we start tapping into the subject matter for the day. But how y'all holding up, man? How y'all living? How y'all maintaining? What's the word for the day, man, on this wonderful Monday? Got serious discussion, man. Serious discussion, man. I want to do some little venting today. So it's a serious discussion. So, like I said, I don't want to start building so we get a nice amount of people in this chat, man. So come on in, tap in with your boy, man, so y'all won't miss the bulk of what I got to say. Andronicus, peace. Justin, peace. What's going on, man? How y'all living? How y'all feeling, man? How this Monday treating y'all? Hopefully y'all keeping it healthy, keeping it positive, productive, efficient, powerful, all that good stuff. But we gonna build today. Trey being peace. D peace. What's going on? Man, just gotta build on life. Miss Donnie, peace. What's going on with you, Queen? Man, we gotta build on life today, man. Life is interesting, to say the least. Life is very interesting, man. So we're gonna build on life today, and we're gonna talk about unfortunate attractions, man. Michelle, peace, Queen. What's going on? Ricky, peace. Y'all know how I get, man. I know y'all done had that time, or you probably didn't experience this several times, you know, where you had that string of unfortunate events that start occurring in your life, man. Things get real rough. It normally, like, for instance, in my case, it normally starts with like a car issue. Once my car gives me some problems, or once something happens to the car, not too long after that, man, I just experience a string of like unfortunate events that happen after that car messes up, man. So it usually starts with some car problems for me. So it's like when that car messes up, it's like, all right, man, here we go. But y'all know what I'm talking about, man. That string of unfortunate events, man. It's almost like life is singling you out, but you know that that's not happening, but that's how it feels. You know, you feel like life is singling you out, like, man, what's going on, man? I can't catch a break. Y'all know the moments that we're talking about, man. We got to talk about why that seems to occur, and then what to do to just break through that, man. Because you got to be mentally strong to break that cycle. Because when it hits hard. It hits hard. Ms. Donnie, you already know we got to weather the storm, man. Weather the storm. After that storm, you see that rainbow, you know, so we got to weather that storm. It's almost a build and destroy principle, man. Sometimes in order to build, you got to destroy first. So we already know what's happening. But a lot of times when you in the moment, when these things are happening, it's hard to embrace that particular philosophy and perspective sometimes, man. When life is just slapping you upside the head, man, it's like before that happens, you know, you had a philosophy, like you say, you know, they say when it get real ugly right before you break through. So you possess that philosophy and that perspective while things are not happening to you that are unfortunate. But when these unfortunate things start happening, man, it's almost like all of the philosophies, everything that you've learned and embraced that would make sense, that will help you push through, you just lose it. You know, it's almost like learning how to like fight or something like that. Then when you actually get in a fight, it's like everything that you was taught, you forgot it, man, and you just start fighting a totally different way than you were taught. So it's almost like that. It's almost something like that, man. It's like we be knowing how to break through these things. We be knowing what type of mentality we supposed to possess. But when it's time to actually possess the mentality and put it to practice, it's like a lot of times we lose it. Joaquin, peace, God, what's going on? DJ Elmo, peace, what's going on? Butterbean Brown, peace, peace, what's going on? Joey the Serpent, everything is peaceful, my way, man. We good. We good. Literally, that's what I got to tell myself, because, I mean, in reality, man, things are a little chaotic, but at the end of the day, I've learned to just accept things for what they are, not what I want them to be. So with that being said, man, just me coming to that realization has helped me just maintain a level of peace. So with that being said, I'm gonna just tell you everything is peaceful, everything is centered, because I've come to the realization that just got to accept things out here. You can't force the world nor the people in it to move how you want them to move, to think how you want them to think, to behave how you want them to behave, etc., etc. So you just got to accept what it is that they show you, accept what it is that they give you. You know, so you really can't force anything on people when it comes to, you know, the way that they move and the way that they treat you and the way that they act towards you and all of that good stuff. Taka, man, this right on time for you then, man. This is right on time. Right on time, man. Y'all already know I done spoken on some of my unfortunate string of events, man. I'm still fighting, still pushing through, man. But like I said, part of me pushing through is just acceptance, man. Just knowing things happen for a reason. And that reason is something that you actually decipher, or something that you actually construct. So you just got to be able to dig deep to uncover the reason in regards to why these things are happening to you. And a lot of times we don't do that, man. You got to dig deep within yourself and figure out why these things are happening to you. Maybe you've been too content with life, and these trials and these tribulations are striking you because you need that challenge. You need something to put you up against that wall, put your back up against that wall, to like inspire you, to motivate you to go a little bit harder, man, to change up your mentality, to change up your thought process. Maybe this is why this is happening to you, man. You just got to analyze your life, take inventory of your life, and see what can be the cause of all of these things, or what could be the reason behind all of these things happening to you. Don't just look at these things as something that's just happening to you. It's a reason why that unfortunate string of events is hitting you as hard as it's hitting you. So you really just got to do the knowledge to yourself, man, to unravel the reason why these unfortunate string of events keep happening, keep occurring. Got to figure it out. D, you already know, right on time. I told y'all, man, just got to be in tune. Got to be in tune. Wisdom, what's going on? And Thunder, that's part of it. It's definitely seasonal. And that's one thing you got to embrace about it too. That's one of the best ways to break through these unfortunate attractions, is what I call them. The best way to break through these things is to embrace them and understand that that's a part of life. That's just gonna happen. You driving an automobile, you're gonna have car problems. You know, you're gonna have problems with your vehicle. You got a home, you got an apartment, you're gonna have problems within the crib, within the household. Like, that's gonna happen. That's a part of life. So you just got to know and understand that that's a part of life too. Not everything is going to go your way. And that's something that I knew it, but it's something that I've really actually just started to implement in my life, man. Just embracing the fact that not everything is going to go my way. I'm not in total control. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about acceptance and embracing, you know, and that's something that I've learned, especially when you're dealing with like people in your life. You just got to accept people for who they are and what they show you. I mean, if somebody has continuously shows you that they are untrustworthy, then you just got to accept that. You can't look at them and say, man, you untrustworthy, but I see so much potential in you. If they've shown you year after year that they are untrustworthy, then you just got to accept that reality. They are untrustworthy. They are untrustworthy, man. They show you year after year that they are to not be trusted. Stop trusting them. Accept that reality that they are showing you. A lot of times we don't do that. So that's one thing that I feel like everybody should implement in regards to pushing through these unfortunate attractions when it comes to dealing with other people. Because a lot of times our unfortunate attractions have a lot to do with people around us, whether it be family or friends, bringing that negativity to us. So when it comes to them, man, you just got to start accepting people for who they are and what they show you. That's it. Leave it at that. You can't look at people. Don't have expectations when it comes to people, because more than likely, your expectations don't have anything to do with how this person actually is and what they have shown you. So I just stopped having expectations for people, man. That's just the harsh reality of it. No expectations. No expectations, man. I don't expect you to treat me good simply because of our relationship. I don't expect for you to treat me bad. So I'm going in there with no expectations. Therefore, I'm not really surprised when you treat me a certain kind of way. So, you know, at the end of the day, that's how I tend to move. I've been implementing that a lot lately. So it's making it a lot easier for me to cope with some of the things that life's throwing my way. Wisdom. We always accept responsibility and hold ourselves accountable. And that's another thing too, man. Just when it comes to these unfortunate attractions. Now, some of the things gonna be outside of your realm of control. Like, you may have family members that are sick. You may have family members that are dying out here. Nobody is asking for that. So when those type of things happen, man, again, it's just things that we have to deal with. And that's also part of life, man. It's just gonna be things that's thrown our way that we just gotta literally deal with, you know. It's literally, you just got to deal with it. You got to accept the fact that this is happening, and you just got to deal with it. You can't run from it. You can't ignore it. You got to just deal with it. You got to run to it, you know, and you just got to deal with it. You just got to cope, you know. So life gonna throw a lot of things like that our way, man, that you really can't run from. You can't ignore. You just got to deal with it. And those things are cool too, because that's what build character. You know, don't run from those things, man. I love a challenge. So I love it. I actually love it when these things start to happen in my life, man. Those unfortunate events, a string of them. I love it, because at the end of the day, once I conquer, you know, those things, man, once I succeed and start to elevate and transcend, then it makes it feel that much better. You know, when you start to transcend and elevate after you done had a rough month. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say the month of May just been a tragic month for you. Then June hit and you turn everything around. Man, the feeling is gonna be great, man, because you just gonna look back and you're gonna reflect. And you was like, man, May was crazy, man. This happened in May, that happened in May. It was just all negative, all unfortunate. Then June happened, man, and it's like everything is going in your favor. Man, it's just gonna feel great, man. It's gonna feel good. You know, and it's gonna feel that much greater simply because of the rough month that you had prior to that. So, you know, I welcome the challenge. I welcome the unfortunate attractions. I welcome that. I welcome that, man, because again, I know at the end of the day, I'm gonna stand tall and I'm gonna conquer everything that life throws my way, man. So I have that type of mentality and I have that type of perspective. I'm definitely not going to let life defeat me. That's not gonna happen. I'm going out with a bang, man. I'm going out swinging. I'm going out swinging to the grave, man. So I'm never going to let life conquer me. And that's one thing that y'all must do as well. Never let life get the best of you. You still got a purpose to fulfill, man. You still got a mission to accomplish. So it don't matter how rough and how hard and how complicated things get. No one understand that you will overcome all of that at the end of the day. Do not let life defeat you. Just don't do that. I've seen life get the best of some people, and they ended up taking themselves out of the game before it was their time to go. They still had things to fulfill. They still had motherly or fatherly duties to fulfill. You know, and when you got things like that to fulfill, it's bigger than you. World is bigger than your problems, man. You got lives to take care of around here, man. So at that point, man, you got to start looking at the lens. You got to start looking at the world in a different lens. You can't be selfish at that particular point, you know. So you got things to accomplish. You got things to fulfill, man. Do not let life get the best of you, because again, life is going to strive to do that simply because of the momentum. And what do I mean by the momentum of life, man? When you go outside, everybody that you're going to talk to 9 times out of 10, they are going to be stressing out. They're going to be negative. It's going to be chaos, conflict, tension. That's the momentum of the world. So when you striving to do anything that's right and exact, anything that's righteous, it's like you battling the world. It's literally you against the world, because everybody else is on a negative path, a destructive path. So it's literally you against the world when you adopt a righteous or positive or a healthy mindset and you strive to implement this that mindset. It's literally you against the world out here. When you walk outside, everybody outside is against the type of mentality that you have. They jealous, they are envious. They wish they had the discipline to adopt that mentality, but they don't. So when they see you with the discipline to adopt that mentality, they trying to bring you back down. They trying to bring you back down to that level of misery. So nah, man, it's literally you against the world, man. When you out here striving to be healthy, when you striving to be righteous, positive, and all of that good stuff, it's literally you against that world, man. You got to know and understand that you fighting the world out here because the world is not of a positive and healthy nature for the most part, due to all of the corruption, chaos, conflict, tension, and things that I mentioned. So when you just know what you getting yourself into, know what you getting yourself into when you say, I'm about to strive to be healthier. I'm about to strive to be more positive. I'm about to strive to be more centered, peaceful. Just understand what's about to come your way. You about to get hit with a lot. You know, it's going to be a lot thrown your way. So just know what you're getting yourself into, man, when you striving to be better out here. Just know what you're getting yourself into. That's all that you got to be mindful, man, because it's going to be, if you don't know what you're getting yourself into, it's going to be just that easy for you to revert back to your old ways. Because when life start punching you in the face, as soon as you say, I'm gonna make these type of changes, I'm talking about probably within the next hour, something crazy gonna come your way. Guarantee you. Beautiful Goddess Keys, Peach Queen, what's going on? Oh, D, no doubt. Soon as I made the video about the negativity fast, that's when life just started smacking me. Probably right after I made the video. Thunder, most definitely, man. You always got to ask yourself questions, man. That's another important thing. See, we like to ask other people questions, man. We like to get to know other people, but you got to get to know yourself. So we always like to analyze the lives of others, man. We like to see how traumatic events affected others. But man, do the knowledge to yourself, man. If you've ever been through a traumatic experience, man, do the knowledge to yourself and see how that impacted you, see how that affected you. A lot of times we don't do that. A lot of times we do not do that, man. But when somebody else has been through a traumatic event, then we like to ask them questions, man. Ask yourself the same questions. If you've been through anything traumatic in your life, man, you got to really see how that's bothering you, see how that's impacting you, see how that's affecting you. It may be affecting you in ways that you don't even know because you have yet to dig deep in regards to that particular situation and its impact on you. So you always got to do the knowledge to oneself when it comes to anything that has happened to you that is traumatic. Don't sweep that under the rug. Don't sweep it under the rug at all. Butterbean, definitely recalibration. Thunder, no doubt, man. And man, that's just another thing too. When it comes to having having disputes, altercations, all that type of stuff, man, just that dysfunction when it comes to family and friends and things of that nature, man. One thing that I'm starting to really realize is when it comes to peace, you literally have to do what's best for you. So one thing I've noticed, man, when you going through situations with certain people, a lot of people want to add their 2 cents. And that's cool. The intentions for the most part are good and whatnot. But at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you. You have to do what's best for your peace and your sanity. So if you go through a situation and you assess the situation thoroughly, and the best conclusion to you is to separate yourself from said individual, then that's what you must do. If that goes against the grain in regards to what everybody else is suggesting, so be it. But you're not living your life for them. You're not living your life to please everybody in your family. You're not living your life to please your friends. You're not living your life to please anybody else. You living your life to please you. So at the end of the day, you have to make a decision that's best for you. So I don't care what your cousin told you to do. I don't care what your aunt recommended you to do. I don't care what your uncle suggested that you do. I don't care what your mother, father, brother, sister, niece, nephew. I don't care what they suggested you do. What do you think you should do? That's important. That's important, man, because for the most part, let's just say it's a family situation. For the most part, don't nobody want to see family separate, you know? So they not going to really suggest you do that. So they going to basically, you know what I'm saying, try to force you to go against how you truly feel to fix the issue or mend the issue, just so they can see the family together type deal, or family back together on good terms. But if it don't sit well with you to approach that situation like that, don't do it. And that's one thing I'm starting to realize and implement, man. I'm not forcing certain situations, or I'm not trying to force myself to be on good terms with people if I don't feel it. I have got to feel it, man. If I wake up and I feel like, all right, man, you know, I've been tripping these past few days, let me reach out to so-and-so and let me fix this issue, or at least strive to fix it. If I feel it, I'm gonna do it. But if I wake up and I don't truly feel like dealing with said individual just due to something that we went through, I'm not gonna deal with it. And I'm protecting my peace, I'm protecting my sanity, because at the end of the day, I'm the only one that's gonna be able to truly do that. Nobody else is going to look out for your peace and sanity, because again, we're dealing with the laws of nature. Y'all already know, I say it every time, self-preservation. So for the most part, people gonna preserve their peace and their sanity before they strive to preserve yours, rightfully so. But you gotta adopt the same mentality though. And a lot of times, especially some of us that come into this knowledge, we tend to be selfless. We striving to help everybody else. We striving to give everybody else these jewels. We striving to give everybody else this knowledge, whole while we neglecting our own health, mentally and physically. And that's one thing we got to stop doing. You didn't get that knowledge solely to just help other people. You also came across that information, that knowledge, that philosophy, whatever it is, to help you maneuver through life. So you got to start implementing those philosophies, that knowledge, and that information that you are coming across. So that's important. That's important, man. We go out of our ways. We go out of our way. We break our backs for other people. And then when it's their time to break their back for you, they like, nah, I value the health of my back. I'm not breaking my back for you. But you broke your whole back. Broke your whole back for this individual. Needed surgery and all. But when it's time for them to break the back for you, nah. They scared. They scared. They don't want to break that back, man. So I'm done doing that. I'm done doing that. And I suggest you be done with that. Beautiful Goddess Keys. Definitely embrace the struggle. What Fred Hampton say, man, I gotta paraphrase it. Without struggle, there is no progress, you know. So we gotta have that struggle. We gotta have that struggle in order to progress. Righteous Reese, peace, what's going on? Oh, hey, Jakeem, man, that Don Tripp line. Don Tripp is my dude. Yeah, Butterbean, man, yeah. When it rains, get wet. Like we trying to dodge the rain, you know. But that rain is necessary. That rain is required. And that's just like the struggles in life. It's necessary. It's a prerequisite, man, for your success. So it's required. So I'm not running from the struggles. Like I said, I'm embracing them and I'm running to them. Like, give me the struggle. Give me the trials and tribulations. Give me the obstacles. Give me the hurdles. Just give me those, man. That's just going to build character. That's just going to make me stronger. Like I said, mentally and physically. DJ Elmo, that's the quote. That's the quote. If people show you who they are, believe them the first time, 100%. And a lot of times we don't do that, man. And I fall victim to that, man. I give people about 15 different chances, you know, back in the day. You didn't show me who you want. You didn't show me your true colors that one time. Like, man, you know what? Nah, man. I feel like after I have a talk with him, then I can change some things. Then they do it a second time. You're like, man, you know what? The second time wasn't as bad as the first time. So I'm going to go ahead and give another. And they just keep repeating the same offense, man. So it's like at some point, man, you just got to cut that type of stuff off, man. When people show you, and people will show you this, when people show you they are not open to change, they are not open to evolution, believe them. Believe them. Believe them. Believe them. Don't just think one day they're going to magically wake up and change because you got mad at them or because you said something or because you suggested them to change. Like, don't think they just going to wake up one day after you just said what you said and they like, all right, today is the day I'm going to change simply because such and such told me to. Doesn't work like that, man. That person, they got to be ready to change. They got to be ready to evolve. And you know what's sad? Some people go to their grave and they were never ready to evolve, never evolve, just stuck in the same old destructive pattern and cycle. And that's essentially what led them to that early grave. So that's what's sad about life. The thing about life is not everybody, listen, not everybody is going to fulfill their purpose and their mission in life. And that's what's sad about it. So I don't want you to be one of those individuals. It's going to be people that's going to go before their time. It's going to be people that are going to deteriorate, decease before their mission is accomplished, before their purpose is fulfilled. That's what's going to happen. They are never going to be able to fulfill their potential, or they may have just wasted their potential. So it's going to be people like that. Do not be one of those individuals. And I made sure that I was not going to be one of those individuals. I'm like, look, I'm going to accomplish the things that I want to accomplish in life. I'm not wasting my potential. That was one of my fears, man, just being on a deathbed and looking back at life and say, man, I didn't do anything that I wanted to do. I didn't live my life for myself. I lived my life for everybody else. That was like, that's literally probably one of my only fears, man, just on my deathbed. Like, man, I had all these thoughts and plans and everything in my mind, and I didn't do any of it. I can't go out like that. I just could not, just can't do it. Told myself I'm not going out like that. Justin, Me Against the World is my favorite album of all time, man. I relate to that album so much, it's crazy. And that's why I said sometimes it's literally you against the world. I mean, that's, of course, you know, we know that that's not what's actually happening, but that's how it feels, man. Because again, when you adopt a certain mentality, you the eyeball, you the outcast, you a misfit, whatever the case may be. Big Phil, peace, what's going on? Kurt, no doubt, man. The voice is back, man. We good. Uniquely Amani, peace. What's going on with you? Yeah, butter, man. And that's the thing. The world's problems don't belong to us. We have our own. And that's the thing about dealing with other people. You literally have your own problems, man. You literally have your own problems, man. Don't start consuming the problems of everybody around you. Because when you do that, you don't have much room for your problems and the things that you have to solve within your own universe. Yeah, it sounds selfish, but at the end of the day, man, most of these people that's coming to you with problems, guess what? They created the conditions for the problems that they were facing. So basically, they got themselves in that mess, you know, and that's true. Just like you probably got yourself in the mess that you are in. You know, so at the end of the day, we didn't create these problems for ourselves and we expect everybody else to solve them. No, that's not anybody else's job, man. If you created the problem for yourself, then it's up to you to solve the problem. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. Stop looking to other people, or yeah, stop looking for other people to solve your problems, especially when you created the condition. The problem wouldn't exist if you would have created the condition. So it's on you to solve it. It's on you. You got yourself into the mess, get yourself out of it. Cliche, but that's what it is. Stop looking for somebody else to save you. Mark, I've definitely gotten that before. I didn't got called Moses. I didn't got called Black Jesus. But again, we already know no such thing. We don't need to call him Black Jesus. But I didn't got called Jesus, Moses, Samson, all of that. Patrick, peace, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Ray Sean, man. Hey, I needed you to tap in so you can see the message. Terenzo, peace. What's going on? Yeah, Thunder, man. Going through the motions, man. That's real. That's big. And a lot of times that's what I find myself doing, man, just going through the motions. And then wondering why things really ain't changing, simply because I'm not changing anything up, man. Going through the motion, doing the same thing over and over. And that's why I say we creatures of habit. So a lot of times, man, you just gotta change, you gotta change your routine up, man. When you in that rut, when you plateau, when you hit that wall, I mean, that's fitness 101. When you hit that wall, man, you gotta change something up. You gotta change the routine up. So life is the same way. When you hit that string of unfortunate events, man, it's time to change up the routine, man, so you can get break through that rut. Terenzo, no doubt. No doubt about it. No doubt about it, 100%. Hey, Mark, man, hey, and a lot of time, man, like that's, it's rough, it's harsh, but sometimes that's what's needed, man, just to cut people off. Sean, peace, what's going on with you, my brother? But sometimes I'm telling you, man, that's probably one of the most peaceful things you can do, but it's also one of the most difficult sometimes, man, to just cut people off. Stop dealing with certain people. Like sometimes, man, that's the best thing you can do for your mental health, period. If it's somebody that you just constantly keep clashing with, or that's constantly bringing destruction into your life, like the best thing, really the only thing you can do is to cut the person off. You got to refrain or abstain from dealing with that particular person. Like that's the best thing that you can do when it comes to things of that nature, literally, because you cannot force the person to become what you want them to be. So when you got situations like that transpiring in regards to family members, friends, and things of that nature, man, you just got to cut people off. You just got to stop dealing with them. Sooner or later, they'll realize what it is. Maybe not. If they don't realize, you can't let that bother you either. You can't let that guilt trip you into, you know what I'm saying, forcing you can't let that guilt trip you into just forcing you to try to get on good terms with somebody. If you're not ready to be on good terms, not even good terms, man, it's not even necessarily that it's bad terms when you start cutting people off, man. It's just peaceful terms. Like you peaceful, man. You cutting somebody off that just kept bringing you down. So those ain't bad terms. And we got to stop looking at it like that, man. You cut somebody off that was unhealthy, was toxic, was bringing you down, was creating misery in your life. Those are not bad terms. So don't feel guilty when you're not associating with a person that you just had to cut off in order to have your peace and sanity. Y'all not on bad terms. You on peaceful terms with yourself. And that person is unsatisfied with you being at peace without them in your life. That's all that it is. So it's not really on bad terms, man. You on peaceful terms with yourself, and they just unsatisfied. They not satisfied with the fact that you can be at peace without them being in your life. That's all that it is. So stop viewing it as y'all being on bad terms. No, that person just can't stand the fact that you at peace. That's all that it is, man. So don't allow that to guilt trip you. And start talking to people before you're ready to talk to them. And you basically opening the door for them to do the same exact thing that caused you to cut them off in the first place. So you talk to people when you ready. Lindell, peace, what's going on? Oh, beautiful goddess keys, no doubt. I used to underestimate the weather and seasons, preying on the emotions and manipulating the emotions of people until I actually started training. And I trained a woman that she had seasonal depression. I ain't know, I heard of it, but I've never seen it. And it's real. So, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely real, especially for us melanated folks, man, because we used to a certain type of climate, genetically speaking. And we are definitely, depending on where you are at, we are definitely not in regions that reflect our natural climate. So when it start to get cold and you melanated, man, you might end up all type of depressed out here. That's not what we used to genetically. Like we can't get the vitamin D. Listen, the lack of vitamin D is linked to that depression. We can't go get the sunlight that we need to activate that serotonin, man, to just activate the feeling of joy. Like we got to sit in the crib all day. We got to sit in the crib, and then as soon as we walk outside, it's too cold, so that does definitely manipulate one's emotions. And that got something to do with vitamin D. So it's like, it's all related. It's all related. But we definitely not in our natural climate for the most part, man, us melanated folks. And then even a lot of the ones that are in a pretty decent climate, Like the living conditions might be so trash, but even still, they still might be happier than some of us, man. It's like in the Midwest or up north and things of that nature, simply because they able to get out a lot more. But if you on the side, if you on a part of town, man, where the weather, like where you have a strong winter, like right now, where I'm at, St. Louis, man, it was just cold yesterday, man. It's May. We in the middle of May, and it's still cold. Like, come on. You know, that's frustrating. It's frustrating. So yeah, that definitely plays a role in one's thinking, one's feelings and emotions. Definitely, the weather definitely does that. Seasons definitely does that, especially for the melanated. Because again, we used to a certain type of climate. We ain't used to all this nonsense that we have to endure in certain portions or certain regions of in the wilderness of North America. Yeah, Mark, man, and it's all about. And the crazy thing is, we got to break these generational curses, but that's not an easy task, man. And that's the bad thing about it. Breaking generational curses when you were raised under the curse is rough. Is rough. That's a rough thing, man. It's almost like I said, just being healthy. When you was raised in an unhealthy environment, like when you was raised to eat all the garbage foods, like it becomes that much harder to break that particular curse because you was raised on all the foods that are destructive. So it's like, dang, man, to try to break that curse, man, you done went 25, 30 years, however long, eating all the pork, eating all the garbage, chicken, you know, red meat, things of that nature, eating all this trash. And now it's like, man, you trying to change it, man, that's rough. Opposed to one that's just born breaking the curse, man. You born into a healthy lifestyle, healthy environment. Like that's a lot easier. That's a lot easier, man. But breaking curses, man, when you was raised under the curse, when you was addicted to the curse, when you was addicted to all the toxicity for a point of time, it's hard to break the addictions. It's rough, but we got to do it. Magic Realms, peace. What's going on? Lindell, you already know. You know how they work, man. Be trying to hide the streams, man. We know how I go. We know how I go. E reacts, man, no doubt, man. You definitely gotta live, man. But a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't do that, man. And it's crazy, man. And they start making all type of excuses in regards to why they not accomplishing things that they said they was going to accomplish. You know, the aspirations that they had. They got a lot of justification, a lot of garbage reasons in regards to why they are not striving to pursue these things. Like, man, stop making excuses and start just execute, doing what you got to do. Doing what you got to do. KT, peace. What's going on with you? Yeah, magic. Hey, magic. Hey, man, the rain, like it definitely, it definitely messes with the emotions, man. It's a lot of science behind that, but it definitely messes with the emotions, man. Just when it's a gloomy day, because again, as our ancestors said, man, as above, so below. So we are a reflection of the universe. So you are the universe. So it's like when it's gloomy, like when the world is gloomy, like when you look at the universe, when you look outside and it's gloomy, like now you are a reflection of that. Like that's literally, that's you almost being in tune. You know, when it's gloomy outside, you like, dang, man, I don't know why I feel like this, man. It's because you're a reflection of that universe. When that sun is shining, man, you feeling good because the sunshine, we associate that. We're feeling good. We associate that with happiness, peace, joy, all that. And it's activating those type of hormones and all that good stuff within us. So that's why somebody could reflect the weather that's outside, man. When it snows, like when it's gloomy, for the most part, man, that comes with a down feeling. Now we can find the beauty in the snow and the beauty in the rain, but it's like we are children of the sun. So we like to see that sun. When we see that sun, we feel good. We like, man, the sun out, we good. When that sun not out, it's like, all right, man, hold on. It's like time to reflect on life. Like, man, it's time for me to just really dig deep and see what's going on in my life. So we are literally reflections of the universe, literally. And the universe, and just like we have up days and down days, universe is just like that. So someday, man, you may have 7 days where the sun blazing. Then the next 4 or 5 days it might be straight rain. And that's just a reflection of us, and we are a reflection of that. And beautiful got his keys, man. See, a lot of the things that we deal with, and that's another reason why sometimes we attract these unfortunate situations, because a lot of times we go through things in our past that we never resolve. So we let that impact us moving forward. So you may have went through a lot of things in the past that you never resolved. So then when you find yourself in a similar situation, what's the first thing you do? You go back to that situation that happened in the past. So when you start doing that, guess what you gonna manifest? A similar situation once again. So it's like when you had something that happened to you in the past and you never resolved it, every time you encounter a situation that's similar to that, moving forward, you liable to manifest the same exact circumstances because you never resolved that situation in the past. So every time it comes up moving forward, you're going to think about it. And just you merely thinking about it is going to create that fear. Like, oh man, this every time it gets hot, this person cheated on me. So therefore, when it starts to get hot, now that is activated within you because you never really resolved it. You never accepted it. Like it's stuck with you. So every time it gets hot, like boom, that's going to pop up and it's going to create this fear. And that sometimes is going to lead to you manifesting the exact condition in which you are fearing. So that's why a lot of these things continue to happen to us because we never let them go. We never resolve them. We never reach a solution or a conclusion. That's exactly why a lot of those things happen to us, man. I'm guilty of that. It's like, dad, man, when such and such, when a person moved like that on me back in the day, this is what happened. The moment I start entertaining that thought, every time, never fails, I end up giving birth to that same exact type of situation, just a different person, a different body, literally. Oh, butter bean, most definitely put them on the back burner. Justin, man, I know all about the anger problems, just unhealthy habits. A lot of it just boils down to just toxicity. Like they tell you to stop naming disease, and it's just toxicity or just mucus and things of that nature, acidosis or whatever they call it. Like at the end of the day, all of this can just boil down to toxicity, you know, and that's it. Like all the anger, unhealthy, to like all of that toxicity. It stems from toxicity. Yeah, Mark, that's actually what they it's actually what they used to tell us, man. J Rocker, peace, what's going on? It's actually what they used to tell us. Justin, man, I'm always telling people to I'm always telling people to be mindful. I'm always telling people to be mindful of like what you say, what you think, what you believe. Like you always got to be mindful, man, of the thoughts you possess and the thoughts that you speak out. Always, man, because those thoughts are powerful. And like they say, thoughts become things. So you always got to be mindful, man, of what you're thinking. And don't think just because you didn't speak the word or speak the thought that it's not going to manifest or it doesn't have the ability or the power to manifest. Nah, simply you thinking it is enough for it to manifest. So don't think just because you didn't say anything that that's going to keep it suppressed. Nah, if you keep thinking about it, you liable to give birth to that condition. So the thought is powerful in and of itself without even having to be uttered or spoken. So a thought is just that powerful, man. Just understand that. Oh man, Ataka. cut everybody off that's causing that type of, anybody that's triggering that within you, bro, cut them off. Anybody that's triggering that within you, bro, cut them off. I will give you the scissors to cut them off, man, bro. Cut them off. You don't need that in your life. Like I said, you still got powerful work that needs to be done. So anybody that is triggering dreams and those any type of thoughts, like, cut them off. Create space, give them distance, all that type of stuff. All that type of stuff. And Joey, man, probably not when I get off of this stream, because you know how I go. As soon as I get off of the stream, I got to go right to the gym. But I definitely, I don't know if you on IG or something, man, but I definitely try to chop it up with you maybe like tomorrow or something, man, when I got some time. Hey, Akuma, peace. What's going on? Magic, man. I tell people all the time, hey, never refer to yourself as dumb, stupid, ugly. Like, never do that. I don't even care if you think you joking. Never do that. Like, that never do that. Never talk about yourself in that derogatory manner. Never do that. That's unacceptable. Like, I don't like that being done around me. I do not like that being done around me. I do not condone that, man. I correct people every time. Never call yourself that. Don't call yourself ugly. Don't call yourself stupid. Don't call yourself dumb. You do it enough time, then the subconscious mind is going to accept that as reality. It's going to accept that as truth. Got to understand how impressionable the subconscious mind is. So stop calling yourself dumb. Stop calling yourself stupid. Stop calling yourself worthless. All of that. Stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because that subconscious mind is going to accept that as reality. So stop doing that, man. You got to be mindful of that. Like, that's important. So I always stop people when I see that, when I hear them say those type of things about themselves. Don't do it. Oh, butter, no doubt, man. That's what I say. It's all about the balance. It's all about the balance. Like our original climate, the balance was more so like rain and things of that nature. You know, but now we got all type of balance going on, man. You never know, especially when you're in the Midwest where I'm at. You never know what's gonna come your way. So sometimes that ain't really even balance. We go from one extreme to the next. Like, we'll go from 90 degrees to all of a sudden it's like 40 degrees. That's not balance. That's just trash. But yeah, but definitely, man, balance is always good. My boy Antonio, peace, man. What's going on? All right, Joey, you got it. Kuma, man, you got it. You got it, man. We got to surround ourselves, man, with more positive people, man, more productive people. That's what it's all about, man. We surround ourselves by toxic people, man, and wonder why our life is a reflection of that toxicity. Got to stop doing it. Deep, man, just come holler at the boy, man. Just come. You already know. You already know. So you just gotta wait. If you gotta surround yourself with yourself for a minute, then you just gotta do that. Like, if that's what it's gonna take, man, to just get you back on your square, man, just surround yourself with yourself. Just stop dealing with people. You know, if that's what you gotta do, man, if you just gotta deal with one or two people over a short period of time or even a long period of time, then that's just what you gotta do, man. That's just what you gotta do, man. You gotta look out. You gotta look out for your own self. So a lot of times, man, we just be looking for acceptance when it comes to certain groups of people, man. But at the end of the day, you just learn to accept yourself and learn to live with that. Learn to live with yourself. Kurt, most definitely. I just was basically about to talk about that. Mark, yeah, hey, I'm always reading and doing knowledge of something, man. That is definitely not even really not for me an escape, but I just like learning new things, man. It just opens the mind, man. And again, like I said, the brain is a muscle. You don't use it, you lose it. So I love strengthening the brain, strengthening the mind. But definitely read, man. It takes you to another place, man. You able to get lost in the books, you know, and you able to just visualize, like you reading history books, you able to just place yourself at that point of time in history. Like, so you able to really get lost in a lot of these books, man. So books are very helpful for me. That's one of the things that originally started to bring me peace, man. Just reading, man. Reading is very peaceful. Like that. I mean, reading is very peaceful. It's relaxing. You know, just sitting down with a good book. It's relaxing, man. It's just hard. It's hard to beat that feeling, man. You get into a comfortable environment and you just sit back with a nice book, man, and you just read. You know, that's a very peaceful activity to indulge in, man. So that's just why I like reading, man. Just getting lost in the books. I love it. Plus, you know what I'm saying, you get to learn something that's helpful. You implement it, probably take your health, take your mind to the next level. So you really can't beat that, man. Something that's relaxing and something that's beneficial at the same time. It's hard to beat that. Man, yeah, Taka, yeah, get out the game, man. Get out the game. Get out the game, man. That's just too destructive, too toxic, man. You don't need it. You do not need it, man. I can tell you that much. You do not need that. You do not need it. You do not need that, man. That's only going to end terribly for you if you stay in that type of situation. And you don't want it to end that way. You don't want it to end that way. Yeah, Mark, man, it's terrifying, but it's believable for me. Yeah, Magic, man. The psyche of people, man, it has been destroyed. It has been terrible and negative and toxic for a very long time, man. But like I said, when you start to ascend and you start to elevate, you really start to bear witness to the toxic psyches and whatnot. So when you start elevating, man, you start elevating, you really start to see it in people. Like, man, the world is toxic. Like, you really start to bear witness to it. And that's just crazy. And when you start to bear witness to it, man, when you start to see it with your own eyes, man, and see it for yourself, then you really got to do some evaluating. Because like I said, when you start to ascend and elevate, more than likely the people around you not going to try to be on the same type of vibe as you. So you got to start really assessing your inner circle, you know, the people that you got around you. And that's just, unfortunately, that's how life is. Like, we not all about to strive to elevate at the same time. Now, in some cases, you may have some people in your inner circle that get inspired when you strive to elevate, and they like, you know what? I'm gonna strive to get up there with you. But at the end of the day, it's like a race, man. You got to find your pace. You know what I'm saying? You got to run that race at your pace, not at anybody else's. So, like, at the end of the day, man, you got to find your pace in life, man, and you got to run your race and stop trying to run somebody else's race, man. As long as you finish, that's all that matters. Long as you finish, man, people try to kill themselves, try to end up in first, man. Just finish the race. Finish the race, man. That's the biggest accomplishment. I'd rather you finish the race in last opposed to trying so hard to get to first that you end up killing yourself and dying. Like, nah, man, just finish it. Can't nobody take it away from you when you finish. But what good is it if you don't finish? You went so hard to try to be number one that you died. No, I'd rather take my time, man, and just finish it. I don't care if I come in last. I don't care if I come in fifth. I don't care if I come in first. Long as I take my time, find my pace, and run my race, I'm good. Long as I finish. Dominique, peace, peace. What's going on with you? Yeah, Mark, man. People don't. Yeah, like I said, I've talked about the loner mentality. Bobby, what's going on with you? The loner mentality, man, is misunderstood. It's misunderstood, but it's a fabulous way to live, according to me. Notice I said according to me. I didn't say according to the science. According to the being a loner is a fabulous way to live, according to me. I said it. All right, Butterbean, yeah, the book and the jazz and Terenzo, man. I guarantee you that was mind-boggling to the therapist. AE reacts. Definitely. That's why social media can be the cause of a lot of depression. See, social media again is one of those neutral things like a gun, you know. So it's not the gun in and of itself that's destructive. It's the people, you know what I'm saying, that possess the gun or control the gun or own the gun, whatever the case may be. Social media is the same way, it's neutral. But a lot of times, man, people get on social media and they start analyzing the lives of other people and start comparing their lives to the lives of other people. And for the most part, the people lives who they are comparing their lives to are living a lie. They just don't know it. But the worst thing you can do is compare your life to somebody else's. I'm not comparing my life to anybody else, man. My life is my life. I don't really care what somebody else is doing. I don't really care what anybody else is doing. Like, my life is my life. That's what I'm focused on. As they say, I'm living my best life, not anyone else's. Like, I'm good. Like, you doing great things, I'm cool, man. I applaud you, especially if we, you know what I'm saying, especially if I know you, especially if your family, whatever the case may be. If you're doing good things, I applaud you. I'm not gonna look at you doing good things and be like, dang, man, this person is here and I'm down. I feel like I'm down here. I'm depressed now. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not in competition with anybody but myself. Bonafide, what's going on with you? Magic, no, most definitely. Tupac talked about calculated steps, man. We always got to be calculated. And what is the word calculate? What is associated with the word calculated? Mathematics. So it's always about the math. The true language of the universe is mathematics. So again, it always boils down to math. It always boils down to the mind. The mind and mathematics, man. Those are the two M's. The mind and mathematics. The mental and mathematics, man. That's what it always boils down to, man. Master your math, master your mental. Hey, Akuma, man, nothing better to do. Dominique, man, those be the main ones. Those are the main ones that are suffering too. It be the people that's on social media, with all of the followers, with all of the people rocking with them. What it is that pressure, you know. And a lot of times, a lot of these people that acquire a lot of these subscribers and followers, like, they wasn't ready for it. They wasn't ready for it. Like, they wasn't ready for the smoke that comes with it. So when you got a lot of people that's looking at you, you about to have a lot of people that's saying bad things about you. And a lot of times they not ready for that smoke. And it's hard for them to say, man, I got a million people that's rocking with me, but I got 10 people that hate my guts. And they saying some crazy things about me. And that's the part that they can't handle. That's the part that they can't bypass the fact that, man, I got a million people that like me, but I got 10 people that hate me. They just keep focusing on that 10. Because again, they wasn't ready for that level of fame. They wasn't ready for it. Antoinette, Peach Queen, what's going on? Yeah, Terenzo, that would be a fast and slow joint at the same time. Dominique, I could count on you to quote that lyric, no doubt. Oh, Kuma, no doubt, man, no doubt. Like reading, like they say, fundamental, fun for the mental, you know. So I'm always encouraging people to do the knowledge, man. I'm always encouraging people to break open the book, read, man. That's just one of the best things you can do for that mind, man. Just read, feed it, man. Give it, supply it with some nutrients, supply it with the information, supply it with the wisdom, supply it with the knowledge, man. That's the nutrients, that's the vitamins and minerals of the mind, man. It's the information, it's the knowledge, it's the wisdom, it's the understanding. Those are the nutrients of the mind, man. Those are the vitamins and minerals of the mind, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Oh, man, yeah, magic, man. The information out here that the info can overload you, no doubt. And not only can it overload, but that's what it does. Like with Google and things of that nature, man. Like, it's just so easy for you to just Google something without you actually striving to master anything. And that's part of the problem. Like that's part of the problem, man. People just look up something with quick fast, and then there you have it. So nobody really researches anything. So nobody really feels as if they have to master anything or like study anything. Like, why do I need to study something? Why do I need to occupy this space in my mind with this type of information when I could just look it up? You know? So a lot of people never grasp or never gain the understanding of certain topics. They just look it up when the time permits. So when it's time for them to know about this, they just gonna look it up. So that's not an understanding. Like you don't understand how to lose weight if every time you need to lose weight, you just look it up on Google. Like, no, that's not an understanding. It's not how you gain an understanding. Study weight loss. See, why is it that people gain weight? You know, what is required? Like, what's the cause of weight gain? You know, and then when you study the cause, when you get into the origin, then you know what to do in order to prevent it or in order to get rid of the weight. But if you just look it up every time you face with the question, you're not really understanding anything. Therefore, you're not really mastering it. All you about to do is start implementing all these different diets and whatnot without you getting to the true origin of why weight loss exists in the first place or why you have gained the weight in the first place. So if you never get to the root cause of the issue, then you'll never solve it. You will never solve it. Dominique, man, things are not how I would like for them to be, but I've just accepted that reality. So I'm not even really stressing off of the situation, man. I've just accepted things for what they are, not what I want them to be. It is what it is at that particular point. You know, the cliche saying, it is what it is. It's literally what it is. So I'm just gonna continue to live my life, man. And whatever happens, happens. But I just gotta focus on what I need to focus on, man, in order to just better myself and get things flowing in the right direction within my universe. Like, that's all I'm focused on. Not really concerning myself with other adults. So I'm done doing that. I'm done expecting other people to act a certain type of way. Done with it. So now what I'm doing is just living my reality out. Beautiful goddess keys, no doubt. No doubt. Whatever you gotta do to motivate the mind. Whatever you gotta do. Mark, it's definitely social media is definitely an addiction. A lot of people don't want to admit, but most people definitely waste a lot of their time on social media, man. Waste a lot of time, man. It's a lot of studies out here. I forgot the last study, man, but it was something like people spend like 6 or 7 hours a day on social media. And I'm like, wow, 6 or 7 hours a day, man. You know how much, you know what you can do with 6 or 7 hours in a day other than be on social media? Learning absolutely nothing. Yeah, magic. Like, weight loss is not simple, but weight loss, people don't understand that weight loss is hormonal. So a lot of times when it comes to weight loss, people come with a simple solution, eat less, move more, really not understanding the actual science behind weight gain and why people become obese in the first place. It's hormonal. So to tell a person, like, to basically come at an obese person, um, and say, man, you just need to stop eating. Like, it's really literally not that simple. Like, the person, when they become obese, like, their mind literally is working against them at that particular point. So that's a kind of like they literally in a battle with their mind, literally. So people don't understand that. I think, man, what's the phrase, man? It's a phrase, man. I don't want to misquote it, man, but there's a quote that I got in the book, and I think it goes something along the lines of, people don't eat to become obese. Wait a minute. Now, man, I can't. Oh, man, I cannot think of that quote, man. I cannot think of the quote, but it's a very powerful quote in regards to obesity and eating. No, I think it's like people are not obese because they eat or something like that. They eat because they are obese. So it's basically when they become obese, that is what's sending off the signals for them to start to overeat. But they didn't necessarily become obese because of the overeating, because obesity is hormonal. So a lot of people don't be understanding that correlation. When you see somebody that's obese, you think that they got that way simply because of overeating. There's other factors in there. They started to overeat once they became obese, you know, and that's the whole correlation there. A lot of people don't understand how that stuff works. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand the actual science behind obesity. A lot of people don't understand the actual science behind hormones and things of that nature, man. You literally, when it's time for you to lose weight, man, you are literally at war with yourself. Because at that point, man, your body got a new set weight. So, like, let's just say you got up to 300 pounds and your body accepted that as the new set weight. So anytime your body gets below that new set weight, it starts sending out signals saying that you need to eat. So if your body didn't accept it being at 300 pounds, anytime that you get when you get to 295, signals start going off, man. Like your stomach start growling. It's like, man, you need to eat. You need to get back to that 300. You need to get back to that 300. That's literally what's happening. Like that is literally what happens, man. So it's dangerous. So when you start getting up in weight, like your body it starts to accept that. It adapts and adjusts to that new weight. So anytime you go under that weight, time for you to eat, man. That's what your mind gonna start sending off. Like, man, we need to eat. You need to get back to 300. You need to get back to you at 298. Doc got to send off. So you got to get hungry real quick. So a lot of people don't understand that, man. And again, I started to have a lot more sympathy for people that need to lose weight once I started to do the knowledge to weight loss a little bit more and seeing that it was hormonal. It's really not as simple as people really make it seem. It can become simple, but for the most part, man, it's literally you battling your mind. Because the mind has become manipulated to the point where it thinks it needs to be at 300 pounds because it's been at 300 pounds for a nice minute. Kurt, what you say? You started striving to become vegan about 2.5 months ago, and I'm trying to put on a little weight. I'm 5'11", 140, always been thin. Putting on a little muscle ain't nothing complicated about that. Just get your meals in and just lift heavy. Do you some strength training, and you will put that muscle on with the quickness. Lift heavy, eat clean. Like that's all you got to do. Dominique, man, no doubt. I'm telling you, bro, if I wasn't doing the stuff I'm doing, and if I didn't have the gym and whatnot, I would not be on social media like that at all. Like, that's a lot of nonsense, man. It's a lot of nonsense that be going on social media, and I really don't care to be paying attention to a lot of it. Really don't care to get involved in a lot of the nonsense anymore. That's why I just always strive to neutralize the nonsense that's out here, man. To just come with a more positive perspective, a more productive perspective, man, instead of just being bashful, instead of just being negative all the time. We got enough of that. All you got to do is just scroll down your Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever the case may be, and you're going to come across some negativity, some destruction, some bashing, whatever the case may be. So it takes nothing. It takes nothing to come across that. So I'm just out here striving to neutralize all the nonsense that's out here, man. That's pretty much what I'm on in life right now, man. Just striving to neutralize all the nonsense to the best of my ability, whole while dealing with a lot of nonsense. So that's the paradox right there, dealing with the nonsense, striving to neutralize it. So I guess that's why I got to deal with it at the level that I'm dealing with it, so that I can just learn from it and then just give y'all the jewels, what I learned along the way. So I guess that's part of the purpose, man, that I'm fulfilling. To just take these lessons, man, and just go through these trials and tribulations, man, and to give y'all what I've learned. You know, hopefully y'all take some jewels away from it. It's like being a sacrificial lamb. Beautiful guys, keys. There you go. Yeah, that fasting is the key. People don't tell you. People be sleeping on the fast, and I try to tell people, man, stop sleeping on fasting. Stop sleeping on fasting, man. If you really want to get your weight under control, and I'm gonna do a video about weight loss, but if you really want to get your weight under control, fasting, man. Fasting. Every time somebody asks me, what's the key to, hey, do you do any type of fast? I always ask them, do you do any type of fasting? I mean, that's the key. You can't lose with fasting. I mean, the science is just, it's logical. It's reasonable. Like, it makes sense. Just don't eat, you know? Incorporate fasting into your schedule. Like, you gotta, I mean, that's just something that you have to do. Even if you're not striving to lose weight, fasting is still beneficial, man. Everybody should just be doing some form of fasting. Everybody, every religious group knows that. Every spiritual group knows that. Every group that's not spiritual and religious knows that. Like, everybody knows about fasting. Everybody. Nobody can deny the science of fasting. You literally cannot deny the benefits of fasting. When done correctly, when done properly. Can't deny it. All beautiful guys, keys. Yeah, you get the best sleep when you fast, man, because that mind is clear. You get the best sleep, and sometimes you have some of the most intense dreams and vivid dreams. So that tends to happen too. Sue, what's going on with you, man? Get that fast going, man. Fast, or listen, don't get better than the fast. Like I said, you trying to get your health, take your health to the next level, and you not fasting, then what are you doing? You going about this health journey all wrong, man. You gotta be doing some form of fasting out here, man, or else you approaching it the wrong way. So I'm a big advocate of fasting, man. I'm always push fasting, some form of it, always. Like, I gotta do that. Mark, yeah, like they say, the universe is mental. It's all mental. So at the end of the day, it's all mental. It's all mental. But with that being said, a lot of us have corrupted mentals. So we have to reprogram the mental, you know, a lot of times for a lot of us. So a lot of people have corrupted mentals due to the corrupt world in which we exist in. So a lot of us got to reprogram, got to unlearn, got to reprogram. Yeah, bona fide. The one meal a day is not as effective as 24 hours, like a whole day with nothing. So when it comes to fasting, I always recommend going for a full water fast opposed to like one meal a day. Like, the full blown water fast does you better. And then on top of that too, like when you're doing cardio, you want to do cardio in the fastest state too, or you want to do like some light ab work and cardio in that fastest state, and that also helps with the stomach fat. But yeah, the one meal a day and all of that is not as effective as 24 hours of just nothing but water. So that's why I just recommend full blown fast if you can, because when you start doing the one meal a day, your body gonna adapt and adjust to that one meal a day, and you're gonna eventually hit that wall. It's a whole different ball game when you go to full day though, because when you start doing the intermittent, like that, basically the intermittent fasting, when you start doing that like one meal a day, that's the calorie reduction method. that method is not necessarily the best method. So like I said, a 24-hour fast is pretty cool. Then on the days that you're not fasting, man, you just want to eat clean and you want to get your meals in while eating clean. So get you about 5 or 6 small meals a day in, clean meals when you're not fasting. I'm talking real clean, man. Get your veggies in, get your fruits in, get your quinoa in, get your beans in, all that type of good stuff. So real clean meals while you're not fasting. And then I say about 1 or 2 days a week, 24-hour water fast. Butter bean, you say at 176 feet, what should I be lifting? All right, what type of what type of lifting you talking about? What type of movements, man, in regards to what you should be lifting? Because I mean, it's really, I'm not about to say you should be lifting this, that, and the third, man. It depends on your level of experience in regards to saying what should one be lifting. But I always suggest go heavy. And heavy is relative to, like I said, your level of experience. So I've been lifting for a minute, so my heavy is different. You know, if you just getting into the heavy lifting game, then your heavy is not my heavy, obviously. So you need to be lifting heavy relative to your level of strength. So I always suggest lifting heavy. Get strong with it. Bona fide, no doubt, no doubt. I definitely always recommend the 24-hour joints. Most definitely. Yeah, it comes to that water, man. And water fast are magical. Cleanse the system. People be like, man, what should I do to detox, man? Drink water. We be looking for the magic detox formula, man. Just go 24 hours with water and see what your body do. You looking to get rid of the acne, man? Just start drinking more water, see what happens. So I tell people that all the time, man. Just get that water in first, man, before you start looking for the magic pill. Just start drinking more water and see what that does for you. See what that does for you mentally and physically. And don't that take you to the next level. Guarantee you that it will. Guarantee you 100% that it will take you to that next level indeed. Yeah, bona fide. There you go. That's the game. That's a good game plan. I guarantee you that's gonna work for you. Oh yeah, bona fide. Rest days crucial. Rest days are crucial. Always incorporate rest days. Especially the older we get, rest days become your friend. That helps prevent injuries. So rest days are crucial. Now, when you was a young bull, you could do that. You know, we young bulls, man, we can go hard every day. You gotta look out for yourself, man. With that age, man, you gotta take care. You gotta move differently. Gotta move a lot differently. So you gotta just do that. You gotta value them rest days. Gotta value them rest days. Rest days are very beneficial for one's health. So we can't look past the rest day, man. Like I said, my life is a lot better because I rest more. Joey, man, I don't count calories at all. I don't count calories at all. But the carbs, fat, protein ratio, it actually depends on one's like body type. Like we all kind of different. But for the most part, your regimen should revolve around carbs. And that's kind of contrary to what you heard everybody be out here talking about. We need protein. Based off of a lot of the studies that I've come across, protein should be less than about 10%. of your overall like regimen and whatnot. They say once it starts exceeding about 10%, that's when you start opening yourself up to all type of ailments due to protein overload. So like kidney failure, diabetes, and all that type of stuff, man. So when your protein intake starts to exceed 10%, then it becomes a problem, man. You open yourself up to all type of ailments, man. So you don't necessarily have to keep protein so high, and that's what they encourage people around here. But I don't count calories at all, man, because when you eat the healthy food, like when you eat your greens, when you eat your fruits, like those joints ain't gonna put no weight on you for real, man. You know how many fruits and vegetables you would have to be overloading on, man, to become obese out here? So it's like when you eating the foods that are good for one's health and then you incorporate fasting, man, you good. You good. Oh, D, man, but y'all don't understand, man. I only lift hard. Like I only lift 3 days out the week. Now I may do some like light cardio on some abs for like 2 days out the week outside of those days where I lift, but then I got definitely 2 rest days. But I only lift 3 days out the week because I'm doing this powerlifting joint right now. And that's just I'm lifting way too heavy to be going hard every day. Been injured myself. So I really only lift weights actually 3 days out the week because that's my program and routine right now. And then I might do like on the other 2 days, I might do some ab work, some cardio work, something like that. Mark, no. All protein diet, no. Indeed, I don't recommend that. Not at all. That's no. You will not last long on that joint. Kidneys will be all type of terrible. Definitely don't recommend all protein. No. Bonafide, like back in the day when I was really on my meals, I had like 3 moderate size meals, like typical breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Then in between those meals, I was doing like lighter meals. You know what I'm saying? Like a little fruit or like some. I was doing peanut butter sandwiches back in the day, but like some little fruits or whatever. Like some veggies, some steamed veggies, and things of that nature. But I eat like 3 decent sized meals, like little moderate meals, and then in between those meals, when I was eating 5 or 6 small meals a day. When I was doing that, it was 3 decent sized meals and 2 like little snack type deals, like some nuts and dried fruit or some nuts and fruits or something like that. But yeah, my rest days, the crew, I live by them rest days, man. They get my body right, man. I come back feeling good, after rejuvenated after a rest day. D now, if you do like cardio in the morning and then lifting in the evening, like that's cool, but you don't need to be like lifting twice in a day. That's not necessary at all. But I always just make sure you got like 2 or 3 full days out of the week where you just rested, like literally resting the body. Like that is so important. Like that, I'm telling you, them rest days so important. I ain't understand that till I actually start implementing more of them. They so important. I know it's in us, man. We want to go hard every day. We feel like we're not progressing when we're not doing something, but nah, no, trust me. Your body's still trying to process the workout you just did yesterday. So give yourself give yourself time, man. Just give yourself time. Rest. Especially when your body is telling you to do it. You got that little soreness in the shit. Rest. All right, D, there you go. Joey. Now, when we say high carb, I always got to make it. I'm not talking about the refined carbs. Definitely not talking about those. But yes, yes. When I say high carb, we talking about we talking about fruit. We talking about the organic fruits. We talking about the veggies. We talking about the quinoa. We talking about things like that. You know what I'm saying? Beans and all that type. We talking about that. Those type of carbs, sweet potatoes, things of that nature. Not the refined carbs. Not those, man. But that's what I'm saying. When you study the healthiest populations on the planet, they are carb. They consume carb-based regimens. Every last one of them. Every last one of them consume a lot of carbs. Every last one of them. But that's contrary to what they're telling us now, because they made carbs the enemy when maybe 30, 40 years ago, fat was the enemy. So they was telling you low fat diet, low fat this. So once before fat was the enemy, now all of a sudden carbs the enemy. So they confused, you know. So they confused, man. So why would I believe them when they continue to get it wrong? Fat was the enemy, now carbs the enemy. Protein gonna be the enemy in a minute. Beautiful Goddess Keys. I'm always striving to drink a smoothie, always. D, man, you say, do I have any fruits that I hold to high regards? Man, I like every berry known to man. Like blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. Berries are my go-to. I like berries more than any other fruit. And Joy, you say, do you think it's better to eat the same healthy foods throughout the whole year? They say eat according to the rainbow. So just eat a diverse or a variety of different fruits and veggies, and you'll be good, man. Eat the rainbow, man. So diversify. It's almost like a portfolio. Diversify your fruits and your veggies, and you'll be good. But speaking of that, y'all, man, it's about that time, man. I gotta gotta make my moves, man. Gotta get out here to this gym, man. So I appreciate y'all tapping in with the boy, man. I appreciate y'all listening to what it is that I have to offer. I'm gonna try to come back, man. I might have to go deal with this car situation tomorrow, so I may not be able to tune in and tap in with y'all tomorrow. So Wednesday is when y'all may see me again. I may try to give y'all a short joint tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. And I got to get back to posting my workouts, man. I'm so inconsistent, man. Y'all got to get on me about posting the workouts. But I'm gonna try to give y'all another workout this week for y'all to do. Probably gonna be a little ab joint. So be on the lookout for that too. I might do it tomorrow. But man, I'm finna go ahead and tap out, get to this gym, man, and get these sessions cracking. So y'all be easy out here, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Monday, and y'all enjoy y'all Tuesday, man. I'm out, y'all. Y'all continue to be peaceful, stay centered, stay balanced. Don't fall victim to all the chaos, conflict, and tension out here, man. Stay on your square. I'm out, y'all. Peace.